Hi everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Stamping. I'm so glad you're here with me tonight. My name is Lillian from Stamper's Niche, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Alberta, Canada, where the snow turned to rain today. So it was a little mucky out there, but it was a good day all around. So let us know where you're watching from and say hello, and do make that connection because many of you come every Monday night or you watch the replay. Be sure to say hi then too, because we love to see that. So whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, we sure appreciate those comments and that you let us know that you're there. So we had some little elves helping us today decorate our tree. In other words, our grandchildren were here. It was a PD day for them, so they stayed overnight last night, and we had the day with them. So I'm feeling a little relaxed tonight. So it was a busy day, and we had a lot of fun, but I'm ready for some little downtime too. So is your tree up? Is it decorated, or are you even going to bother this year? They do add another dimension to it when they come and help. So let us know how you're doing with your Christmas preparations. Today's December 1st, 2025. So it's hard to believe. That seems like we were just talking about January not very long ago. So let us know how those Christmas preparations are going, and if you're feeling okay about it all, or frazzled, or somewhere in between. All right, so thanks. I see a lot of people saying hi already and all those good things, so I appreciate that. Just keep up that good chatting while I figure out how everything's going to line up here. It always changes, seems like, once I go live, but we'll make it work, right? I think that my contraption that holds my camera is starting to lose its stability a little bit. But anyway, it's all good. We're here, and that's what counts, right? So just before we get talking too much, this is a question I've asked before. I know the response, but how many of you have scrap paper and you feel like you should be doing something with it? We are going to do something with scrap paper tonight, and I'm going to show you the version in many different kinds of scrap paper. So be sure to take another look at your scrap paper, and this might be just what you need. So you're putting your tree up this week, Marilyn. Excellent. It's always just seems like once that job's done, it's not too bad. The tree up and the Christmas card sent, and then I seem to feel like I can breathe easier, and I've got those two things done now. So it should, famous last words, it should go a little more smoothly now, right? So I'm hearing lots of scrap paper and hello from different people. Excellent. Okay. Just before, well, actually, do you know what? Why don't we just get started here? So I like to keep my scrap designer paper in just a clear, these are called page protectors, I think. But it's, for me, it's important that it be clear so I can see. If the roads are horrible where you are, Maggie, oh, I can believe it. They were so sloppy here today, and if it freezes tonight, which it likely will, they're going to be a skating rink. I just wish it would even stay cold. I don't like the wet and the freezing and thawing and all that kind of thing. So anyway, so this is how I keep my scrap paper, so I can see it quickly and easily, and then I keep it tucked in with the rest of that designer paper so I can access it. And this reminds me as well that this is my scraps. So look at my scraps before I cut into a brand new piece. And I've just started putting swatches of the suggested coordinating colors because I find just having that in there, and these are, for me, they're 1.5 inch squares, but you could do whatever you want. But then it makes it easy when I'm designing and putting colors together. So this is where I took the scrap paper from for tonight's project. And so I just chose some of this. So what you need is you need one square that is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Oh, Maggie, with great minds think alike, right? We need 2 squares that are 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, and then 1 square that is 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. So you need the 4 squares, but just this amount. So that's likely in your scrap paper pile, right? So that's what we're starting with. And I've got this idea from Lorraine Turney. I'm sure other people have done it too, but that's where I found the idea. So those are the measurements. Once we make one, you'll see that you could adjust these measurements and create different sizes if you wanted. So we're going to bring this in, and we're going to bring in our paper trimmer. You don't have to. What we're going to be doing is folding them in half diagonally. So I just like to use my trimmer to give me a little score line. So I put the 2 points in the scoring trough there and just score. And I just find it makes life a little bit easier. It's not foolproof, but there we go, just like that. And you might be saying, well, Lillian, where are you going with this? I should likely show you. I will show you in just a moment. I'm putting the points again in the trough, scoring diagonally. Oh dear, I feel a sneeze coming on. Let's hope not. My sneezes are not gentle sneezes, so there we go. So what I am doing is we are eventually going to make a designer paper tree like this. Now, the first one I made, I didn't read the instructions carefully, and so I made a slightly shorter one. So you can see it's a pretty forgiving project. And I'm going to give you some ideas of what you can do with this tree other than a cart. So that's where we're going here. So now we're going to fold our paper, and I'm going to just fold it in half initially and then decide how things are going. Then I can always reverse fold if I think, oh, I think I'd prefer the other side. So we've got the larger one, so that's the 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. This is the 1 3/4, so I'm matching up the points and then just burnishing the folds. So I'm now creating a bunch of triangles. And this one is the other 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then this is the 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. I've got to feel where the score line is. Seems to be off just a smidge. There we go. So now we have it like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring the top point and you're going to fold it down so that it touches the fold. So fold it down. For me, it's easier to turn it upside down till it touches the fold. So this is what you've done. It was like that. You brought it down so the point touches the fold. So there we've got that one. And we'll bring this point down till it touches the fold, like that. And this one till it touches the fold. And this one till it touches the fold. And even though this one had doves on it, the piece is so small, the piece of paper is so small, you can't tell if the doves are right side up or not. So now we have got them like this. So we're going to now glue these together. But before we do, I'm just going to see if I like what happens. Because what's going to happen, this one is going to go here, here, and here. And I think I like that. Actually, I think I want the dark this way. I'm going to reverse fold this one, change my mind. Then I have a bit of contrast here. So I'll burnish that. So there is my plan. Okay. I'll bring in my adhesive. And I'm going to just glue them shut. So I'm going to put the glue, I'll do it on the biggest one first so you can see. I'm going to put the glue here. I'm not going to put it here because I might put it where it's going to show. So I'm going to put just some here, and it doesn't have to be tons. And just put it down, and I'm just going to put a block on top to hold it. And do the same to each one, even though they're different sizes. Like that. Now what we're going to do, and I really do like to use my silicone mat for this, we're going to assemble our tree. So we're going to put adhesive now on the point that is sticking up. And then I'll just show it to you before I put the adhesive on. And then this one's going to go on here. So it's going to actually butt up against to where that fold is, right there. So let's give that a try. And again, you don't have to go to the edges. And when you're doing this, I found it helpful anyway to line these points up, and then everything else is in the right spot. So, and I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not getting too bent out of shape, and using the liquid glue helps a whole lot too. So maybe even going like that would be helpful. And you can see we're making a tree. There we go. My points are all lined up. What do you think? Is this a neat idea? I think so. So now it's your choice if you want to glue these down or not. I'm not going to, because I like the texture and the just the look of it, the fluffiness of it. So now we have our basic tree. We need a trunk. So what I did is I took some pecan pie, and that is 1/2 by 1/2 by 1 inch. And so I embossed it with the birchwood embossing folder. You don't have to emboss it, but you're certainly welcome to. And then I'm going to just angle it a little bit to bring my garbage tray in. I'm going to start and just go just a little bit. And it's a tree trunk. It doesn't have to be exact, right? So you can see it's really a forgiving project. Now I decided I wanted to add a little bit of sponging. Whoops. So I brought my pecan pie ink in, and I'm just going to sponge the edges a bit, and then maybe just the odd gentle swipe in the middle to add a little bit of that. Take that out of the way. And now I'm going to just glue this together. You could make your trunk as tall as you wanted, but I thought, oh, there's no need. I just thought that was enough to give me enough to go on. So there we have it like that. And whoops, there's still adhesive on my silicone mat. And there you have a little tree that you can use on a card. You can use it on a tag, a gift card, a bag. I'm going to show you a bunch of different ideas, but we'll just, for this one, it's going to be a little, like a little card that you would put on a package. And what I'm going to be doing is I am using the Assorted Memories and More cards and envelopes. So these come already pre-scored, cut and scored. They have the envelopes as well, and there's a small size and a large size. We're going to use the small size tonight. There's also the note cards. So if you like quick and easy cards, purchasing some of these pre-cut and pre-scored ones are perfect. So this could go on here like that. We could make it a little bit more interesting though. I cut a piece that's a little smaller, and I use the Jolly Holly hybrid embossing folder just to do some embossing, and I've got the holly on here, and it's going to be a layer on here. So this card is actually 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I just made this layer 1/8 of an inch smaller because I wanted it to be as large as possible, and then this is going to go on like that. So let's start assembling. Put this one on. And this is the time of the year when we do want to make things as easy as possible, right? So you could sit in front of the TV and fold a bunch of these squares and assemble them. And then if you had a pre-made card all ready to go, card base, you would be set. Now you have a choice. You can just put glue on here or dimensionals. So glue would put it just down nice and flat. Dimensionals adds a little bit of height. You know me, I love my dimensionals, so I think I'll do that. And I should have, because it will affect my dimensionals, while this is still here, I used the Peace on Earth bundle and cut out these stars, so that I would have a star to put at the top of my tree. And take your pick tool in. It's going to go like that. So I'm going to put just a little bit of adhesive there. It's way easier than putting it on the star. And put the star here. Now, when I show you my other samples, you'll see that I have all different kinds of stars. So you likely have star punches or stars in different kinds of die sets. And that's just not wanting to go in the center. There we go. But there we have it like that. And now, will a mini dimensional fit on there? I think it might. Let's see. Yeah, that will just support the star. Where did my little garbage dish go? There it is. Bring in my card base. Like that. Now I could, like last week, bring in these little stars and scatter a few in the background. I'm not going to do that. You're familiar with that. I'm going to leave it like that. It has an envelope already, so it is ready to tuck in with a gift as I'm doing my gift wrapping. Again, if you have a bit of scrap paper left, you can always do the inside, right? You could also put a little bit on the back and put your initials there, and that creates a nice effect as well. So there is the card we made tonight. Let me get rid of that. This was my original card where I forgot to do 2 in the middle, and I only did 1, and to me it looks just fine. And then I used those words, what's it called? I should know this, I've used them enough. Greetings for you, mix and match ephemera pack. So this one was done with the Peaceful Garden paper. This one was done with the Modern Christmas paper. So you can see that really doesn't matter. This one here was done, so this was my repeat of this one with, it's very, very similar. And this was done with the Elegant Pine Snowflakes designer paper. And then let me just finish clearing down a little bit. I decided, oops, there's one more here somewhere. Where did it go? Oh, it's stuck to my iPad, that's where. remind me I need to show you something with my iPad. Then I use the Traditions of Christmas designer paper, this pretty stuff that we've played with all of this designer paper, and I made a tag. So here's the tag here with the reds and that, and then I just like that. So I just took a piece of paper. This is, oh, what is it? It is 2.5, so the edges stick over a bit. 2.5 by 4, and then I just cut one corner off, flipped it over and cut it the same there, and did the same here, so that this could be, now this could go on a card too. Look at how nice that would look on a card. But there's the tag. And then I thought, well, what about the two-tone cardstock? I haven't played with that for a while, and maybe I should give that a try. So I did bring, so I'm going to show you, I'm really happy with this. This is actually done with the two-tone cardstock, and I put a piece of a cinnamon stick there for the trunk. So this could be an ornament, but right now it's a decor piece on a bag. I used some of the black and gold and white twine that we have. And again, you notice that there's different stars being featured on all of these. So this is that, and so I just put ho ho ho. So here's a gift bag ready to go. I could have put fa la 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 or whatever too. So I love this effect as well. So the two tones make just a great effect there. So there you have some different ideas. So even though we're at the stage where we're either decorating packages, looking for ornaments to attach to a gift or for the tree, gift little cards, tags, or just a few cards. So where did I get the cinnamon stick? Grocery store. It was in the spice section and they had cinnamon sticks there. So that's where I got that. And how did I punch the little hole there? I used this fabulous trio of punches. What is it called? I should know. The hole punch assortment. Now they're exactly what we wanted. The hole punch assortment, and it has those there. So whether you need a tag, an ornament, a card, this is a perfect way to use up your scraps, and it works with almost everything, I think. So while you're having another gander at that, and here are the measurements once again, I just want to remind you that tonight is the last time that you can shop the Black Friday sale. But mostly it's blends that are left, and it's a fabulous savings. So do check that out. I also have some other cards to show you, so hang in there. But also what started today was what they call Cyber Monday, but it's actually going to last from today, December 1st, until December 9th. You can order prepaid paper pumpkins really at a greatly reduced price. So you go to my website, you click on Paper Pumpkin, and you scroll down, and here's this paper, the Cyber Monday deals. It's down here. If you order a 3-month subscription, instead of $110.25, it's $82.75. If you order a 6-month, instead of $220.50, it's $165.50. And you earn Stampin' Rewards. And same with the 12 months. So check that out. If you've ever wondered about Paper Pumpkin, this would be the perfect time to give it a try or to give it as a gift. It's a gift that comes in the mailbox. Well, not in the mailbox. It gets delivered directly to your home every month. And it's just a little crafting treat right there. Speaking of crafting treats, if you're needing a gift certificate, remember I sell gift certificates, so you would just reach out and contact me about that. And also, Stampin' Up! Has started something brand new starting today. It's called the Product of the Month. And for every if you spend $100 or more, you get the opportunity to get the product of the month for $5. It's worth way more than $5. Well, actually, it's going to be $7, but because there was a misprint, we get it for $5 until April. And so you get it for $5. It's exclusive to only those people who place that $100 order or more. So that's something to be aware of and checking out too. So I just wanted to share, because my downline, the ones that could, came to my downline meeting this last week, and we did what's called a shoebox swap. So each of them brought a project that we could make quickly and easily. And I'm just seeing this here. I need to talk to you about that too. Quickly and easily. And so we could, they had everything cut and ready to go. And these are the cards that we made. But I'm going to just press the pause button. I said that when I showed you the measurements that you could adjust this. You might have noticed that the measurements, the squares were 1/2 inch different in size. So I played around when I was making this one here. I went down and made, instead of 1 1/4, I made a 3/4 inch one. And so I could have maybe cut off and made a little mini tree as well. So just notice that there's 1/2 inch difference, and you can adjust the measurements to whatever you want. So that was my little aside. So let's have a look at these cards here. So this one was presented to us by my downline, Mark, and it's using this gorgeous paper. I didn't have it. I don't have this ribbon, so it was so much fun to have a card like that. And then she even cut out that for the inside. She had everything cut out. Then we had the envelope too, ready to go. They went together quickly and easily. I love this layout. It would look good with some of your scrap designer paper there, folks, if you're still looking for ideas. So Lynn used the Lights of Aurora designer paper, which I wanted to use try that, but I ran out of time. And this is this gorgeous one here. So this paper it just does all the work for you. And she has a few cutouts here, and there we go. So that's done by my downline, Lynn. My downline, Wendy, took the alphabet, the mini, not the mini, it's if somebody can remember what the alphabet is called, this alphabet set, it's one I've used a lot. I'm just blanking out. And then she used the Peace on Earth dies. What are they called? The Peaceful Greenery 3D dies. Cut this out and did the embossing here, and just another great card. Carolyn used a reverse stamp, so we used this back side to do the solid one. Alamo, that's it, Catherine, thank you. I knew one of you would be able to help me out. Alphabet a la mode. I knew it was near the beginning of the alphabet because in my box it's at the beginning, but I couldn't remember what it was. So this one, Carolyn used the reverse stamps. So reverse stamps, so if we had flipped this stamp over, it would be solid. So she's got this one, the solid side, and this, the open side, and she's used this plaid paper. So another great card there. It was fun to be making non-Christmas cards too, because that was one of the stipulations. It had to be current product and non-Christmas. And this, you know that I love this one here. Nadine gave us this, or presented this one. And so some designer paper in the background here. And then we just did a couple of stamping like that. And then Laura did this one. So this is a fun fold. So it is the Shy Shamrock. We had different colors. She had picked up the different colors from here. So this front one is just folded back to create this panel. Then the designer papers like that. And then it's perfect. And then this one was mine here. So again, just some designer paper, embossing in the background. I had this cut out and put on adhesive sheets already, and the hexagon punch. So there actually are quite a few ideas for using some scrap designer paper. So I hope you enjoyed that. Pardon me. Our air is so dry right now. hands are dry, my throat is dry. Just got to keep that water going, right? So that is some fun we had with my downline. So whether you're needing ideas that are non-Christmas or whether you're needing ideas that are Christmas, here are some ideas for you. So I hope you have some fun with them. Take care, everybody, and happy first week of December. Bye-bye.